as I head out on this walk. Every step that I take, every path I choose, I know the blessing and the great blessing that I have, that I'm able to make every step that I can make. Every time I put one foot in front of the other, it is a gift from God. To stare at my dog, and as he stares back, wondering where I'm at, running along with me. Not long ago, I could not have done this. And the path to get here was difficult, hard, impossible. I had to defy everything my body told me, everything my brain told me, everything science told me, everything just common sense told me. To get here, I had to live in a type of denial that said, you're not going to have a happy ending. Your fate is now sealed because of a diagnosis. I had to deny that, because that reality just wasn't acceptable. I couldn't receive it. I had to find another answer. And even if it was denial, even if it was unrealistic, I had to take it. Because it was just a better option. It was just a better choice. Denial for this time, this particular thing, saying that I could beat MS, was preferable over everything else. Some of you know my story, some of you don't. When I got diagnosed with MS, I lost feeling from my neck down. I had 2 kids to support. I was a single dad. I was going through a divorce. And I didn't have a plan B. I was self-employed at the time. My business collapsed because of the divorce. And I had to figure it out. Lying down into the side of the road, so to speak, and waiting for the lights to turn out was not an option. It just wasn't. So, step by step, not much different than I'm doing now. Step by step, I had to figure out what the next step was. Next step. You know what? Life leaves clues. I've come to learn. It's been that way all my life. Life leaves clues. Like this one. Do you take this path? Or do you take this path? This path is well worn out. This path looks like a lot of people have taken it. This path looks different. This path looks like, well, not too many people take it. Which path do you take? Well, you gotta decide. What's the best path for you? You gotta use your mind. Use your intelligence, your thoughts, your what's a good fit for me. And then you'll come another path. Maybe 3 paths. What's the best path for you? Well, Let's walk into the light and see what it holds. No matter what path you take, you're gonna have to watch your steps. And when you take this path, every step is your responsibility to choose it, your responsibility to make it, your responsibility to understand why you're taking it. It could be the path to freedom. It could be a path to another challenge. But every challenge, I believe, no matter what, it's overcomable. And in my path to freedom from MS was many challenges. Many challenges. When I look back, the path to get here, I didn't struggle with just one illness. The path to get here, I overcame MS through lifestyle, diet and lifestyle, and a stem cell treatment. That was pretty revolutionary. But then not only that, after that I'd have a pancreatic attack. They put me in hospital for 7 days. And I would get very sick again. Very sick again, very similar to MS again. I recovered from that. Then after that, I'd get a leg infection. I'd be in hospital again. 6 days this time. All my MS symptoms were very active again. I'd overcome that. Get back on my feet. The second one medically retired me though from my career at the time. So I lost my job for the second time. But I was not without hope again. Then I would proceed forward. I would develop other ways to make a living inside my circumstances. Then I would get heavy metal poisoning from a denture. I have a false tooth in my front from a hockey accident when I was a kid. And anyway, I would get a false tooth, and then the tooth was held together with amalgam metal. And if you don't know what that is, it's the same metal that they made fillings out of, and they don't really use it anymore, but they did on this. And that, I would put that in June, a year ago almost now, and that would basically give me heavy metal poisoning. And what you don't know, and you may know about heavy metal poisoning, is that heavy metal poisoning has all the same symptoms as MS. So this time I couldn't figure out why I was getting sick again. And I had no idea what was going on at the time. So I would try to figure it out. I was losing feeling mostly on my right side. I couldn't hold a fork, couldn't write, couldn't operate a computer mouse. Had to move everything to the left side, feed myself left side, everything with my left side. And I didn't know this time. This time it was very different. All the symptoms felt, again, very much like MS, but different. This time it was different, and it was permanent. Like, it was permanent. Got to the point where I couldn't really lift my right leg into the car to drive, and couldn't put my seatbelt on with my right hand. And then working with the guy who did my stem cell treatment, who I'm still friends with to this day. We still talk and I share my MRIs and stuff. He said, well, send me your data, send me your MRI, send me your blood test. Then he said, I want you to do what's called an ANA test. I had to look that up, figure that out. What an ANA test is. Well, I sent all that to him. And second, I'm trying to figure something out here. All right, I was going to turn the camera around so you could see me, but let's see the button for that. Whatever. Anyway, so I sent all that to him, right? And he came back and I said, I don't see any active MS. Then he said to me, he says, have you come in contact with any heavy metal? I thought to myself, well, I'm not a welder. I mean, why would I get so much heavy metal that would be poisonous to me? I'm not, I don't see where I had exposure, but so I said, well, it's worth an investigation. So I did. Went to my doctor. I was very angry at this time too because of all the challenges to get as far as I did, and then have sort of one after the other other health challenge. Get over that, get over this, get over that. It was just, well, it just pissed me off. And I was so angry. And when I get angry, it made everything worse. So I had to start working on that anger too. But so anyway, I go to my doctor and I get blood tests. And blood tests all come back clean. Nope, don't see any heavy metal in your blood. So I had to say, well, that doesn't make sense. So I started looking into it and realizing that heavy metal does not stay in the blood. So it would never show up on a blood test. So I thought, well, what the heck is a blood test good for then? So I would find out that heavy metal stays in the blood for a short period of time. Then it gets stored. Some of it has exits out the body, but some of it gets stored, but it gets stored in your organs, stored in your liver, stored in your digestional tract, but it also gets stored in your brain. And you don't need to trust the science to realize heavy metal does no favors to the human body. So I was sort of like, as some of you may know, well, you'll know because I'm going to post this on the Multiple Sclerosis Resources and Education Facebook, but or Facebook and the YouTube channel. But I would end up again. Life leaves clues, right? Life leaves clues. What to do next, and I would discover that there's a guy on the group that was talking about how he fixed his MS of over 30 years with vitamins, detoxes, and the like. And so I would actually, you can't solicit on the group. So I sort of contacted him and said, hey, buddy, let's go, Oak. Come on, bud. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Okie, let's go. Hey, buddy. Hi there. So, where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah, guy in the group. So, I would discover that this guy is whatever. So I talked to him and said, well, anyway, got talking with him, and then through him, I would get on to him. I would just one second. Okay, we're back. Like I said, I'm not fancy at this. I just did a chance to tell a story. Anyway, so I would get a hold of this guy and start this heavy metal detox, and it's quite extensive. And then within 6 weeks, I was fully mobile again, and it fixed me for that. And that's something I've continued to do this day. Now it's been over a couple years, year or so or more, going on 2 years, and I'm doing well, consistently well now. And so now what I need to do, and what I'm out for this walk is to do, is now it's kind of like my rehab, so to speak, of just becoming more and more mobile and more able. So that's why I go on these walks on uneven ground, up and down inclines and declines. And I'm obviously not running or whatever, but I do it for the physio of it, to build more and more mobility, so that I'm not hindered by just not being able to do stuff. If I want to ever, I don't know, go somewhere and be able to walk around wherever I go, I want to be able to do that. So the journey's not over, and I never take my eyes off the prize, and I never take for granted what I have in the life that I have now. Every step I take I thank God for. Every single moment where I can do the things I couldn't do not long ago, I'm very thankful for. And I just feel that I just want to share that story to everyone who needs to hear it, everyone who can benefit from it, and share the things I found. I don't do this for the money or the fame, that's for sure. and I don't do it so that people will like me. I do it for the guy, and that guy's me, that not long ago would have liked someone who came alongside him and helped him, talked to him, was there for him, was there a voice for him. I had to do this all on my own, and I have a life story of doing a lot on my own, so I guess there's that. But anyway, this is a guy who wants to help, and it's not hard to do, so why not? Anyway, that's a chunk of my story. I guess my walk's over, and I'm growing more comfortable with the social media stuff. It's awkward to put yourself out there, but it's getting better. That's a piece of the story. I hope it helps you, gives you hope, helps you out. I hope you subscribe to the channel, of course, if it helps you, if it's worth your time, subscribe, comment if you want to reach out and contact me and got questions about the things I did, or the supplements I took, or the stem cell treatment I took, or anything else I can help with. It's all there, free to ask for. Okay, here's to your best self. Wishing it for you. Goodbye from me, Sean, and Oakley, the big brown dog.